Welcome to Galactic Grandmother, Heart to Heart. My name is April, and my special returning guest is Maqua Iqua, coming to us from Mount Shasta, California. This is episode 2 of a series about Telos. Episode 1, I will put the link below this video. Maqua introduced herself and told us how she got from Germany to Hawaii and then ended up in Mount Shasta, where she was contacted by High Priest Adama of Telos and guided on how to do shamanic journeys to Telos. You don't necessarily have to go on a shamanic journey. Many people do it by meditating, but in my personal experience, the best way to do it is with an experienced shamanic guide like Maqua. And so I'm very excited to get back with you, Maqua. Thank you so much.
First of all, thank you so much for having me again, heart to heart. I'm really excited to be here and share about my experience.
When High Priest Adama contacted you and said that he wanted you to start bringing people on these shamanic journeys to Telos, did he tell you a reason why it was important for the public in general to start learning about Telos?
Yes, absolutely. And there's nearly like an urgency, like High Priest Adama want to have as many people come to connect with their Lemurian soul family, because the Telosian underneath Mount Shasta in the multidimensional city, they're still residing on a higher vibration. They're like in fifth dimensional consciousness and even higher. What happens in Telos is like the remembrance. We have all this fifth dimensional knowledge already stored in our DNA. So the more we remember and we come back to that, and when we come together here, like in 3D, in our daily life with like same-minded people who are on the same path, that's how we can rise the vibration the faster. And the more people, the faster we will bring a big change to planet Earth.
High Priest Adama has been contacting people literally around the globe, hasn't he?
Yes, and also he has already established an etheric pyramid above Mount Shasta, and it's not like a lighthouse. They have this gigantic beam of light which goes all the time around and calls in people from all around the world. High Priest Adama and the Telos and healing team are like, they're like really here to call in people big time, because the transformation and the healing can be so fast. The goal, of course, is like to bring this experience into 3D, because sometimes we think 5D consciousness is something really far out. But actually, we all know what it is because we have it already. So, for example, when children are super playful, like in a playground, or like they're just amongst other children and they're just laughing and playing and being so innocent and happy, that's all fifth dimensional consciousness. So we are doing this already, but maybe only like for a short period of time. The message from the Telosians is we are here to maintain our own vibration. And this means we can always choose our thoughts. The more we are in our mighty I am presence, to really own that we are the creator of our own lives and really take advantage of that, because that's really special. We are not the victim of our circumstances. We have a choice to say like, okay, I don't like what to see. What can I choose instead?
In a shamanic journey to Telos, how does that work? It's not a physical place. How would you take us?
So we go in our etheric body. This means our physical body stays here and our etheric body goes on a journey. I will guide you on this using the drum. And I have a certain technique to have certain commands, which I share with the group before we go. Then I will beat the drum for about 45 minutes. And how it feels in our cellular memory that we have entire physical experience, so to speak, in our etheric body. So the goal is here to really feel, when we go for 45 minutes, in our body, the remembrance of how we've been thousands of years back when we are living on continent Mu in Lemuria. People remember. The goal, of course, is to bring this out into our 3D living every day and bring paradise on earth, because everybody gets exactly what they came to receive. Some people, they need to go to Telos, and some people, they need to work on something else. And also people have incredible openings on so many different levels, because what happens in those journeys is that a lot of emotional trauma, what we may carry from lifetimes passed down from lineages, what we can shed and let go of. And we all carry like survival and victimhood and not good enough and unlovable and all those low vibrations. And High Priest Adama says like we are like ready to shed all of this because we don't need this anymore. The beauty is that when I take the people to Telos, at the same time in the etheric realms, there will be a Telosian healing team in the room with us who are doing like a lot of healing and clearing on people. There's so much transformation happening by the support of the Telos and healing team. High Priest Dharma and High Priestess Alimia, they are all here to support us in doing that. And
of course, you do this in person. You do it Mount Shasta, but then you do it twice a month online.
yes. And online, it's equally as powerful because it's like we travel in etheric realms and people have incredible healing experiences. Just yesterday, I had a big group and one man came out and he said like, wow, I had this pain forever. And it's like, it's gone. He shook himself and like, it's all gone because it's so fast and there's so much support. For example, one woman came and the first time when she came, she needed to go to a different planet. And they showed her the planet that they had no water, they had only plasma to drink. And so the message was like, really enjoy every single drop of water you drink because it's so special. To find out when she came back, she said like, it was so real, it was so like vivid. And she said like, yeah, I'm working with the native Indians on protecting the rivers and the water. And it was like, you cannot make it up. I'm like, she got the message that she's completely on purpose to really do what she's doing already and keep on moving forward. Just live our life from a place of love, joy, and happiness. How can you be the most loving, compassionate, and joyous person to affect other people amongst you?
And that attracts other light energies to yourself because you're in resonance with it. That you've seen some people talk about the experiences, some really awesome experiences they've had when they've gone to Telos. Can you talk about those?
People, they need to hop in a spaceship, they need to go further out, they need to meet their galactic friends and soul family on other planets, and they get really great experiences. We go to Telos for about 45 minutes, and that's when our entire body gets exposed to this higher consciousness, the ignition, what happens in our body, the remembrance of how we've been in the past. So and that's what's happening. There's this ignition and people remember. And we don't need to focus too much like what's happening around us because there's always something like what's not so great. There's like maybe something happens, somebody needs to go to the hospital, or it's like some really strange political situation in some country. There's always something like a combobulation in the field. But the message from the Telosians is like, we are here to maintain our own vibration. And the transformation for people when they come on a regular basis are like just so much what's continuously changing and shifting for them. I can see the transformation literally like week by week in front of my eyes, which makes me really happy. Really honored to be a witness to that.
Now, we are going to have short episodes so that we can take these bite by bite. And our next episode that we're going to talk about is when you go on your journey, all of the wonderful places that you can see and the things you can do in Telos. So I thank you very much. We will come back shortly for episode 3.